This is a video about using the Haiku Gradebook. A Haiku Gradebook can be used just for you to record student grades, or you can use it to share grades with students. You don't have to share grades with students when using a Haiku Gradebook, though. Okay, when you've got a new course, every time, with each of your courses, you're going to have to set the gradebook up first. So you're going to go to Grades, and you're going to choose Gradebooks. And then it will remind you haven't set it up yet, and you'll click Add Gradebook. I'm right now just going to go over use traditional grading, not standards-based grading, which I'm really excited to learn more about. So if you have any interest in it, I'm definitely happy to explore it with anybody who is interested. So for now, traditional grading. Gradebook name. You can leave it the same as the name of your course, or I like to make a different gradebook for each semester. This enables you, for one, my gradebooks at least get a little bit long. It helps shorten the view if I can toggle between my semester 1 and semester 2 gradebooks. And for 2, it makes calculating semester averages easier for me. Haiku does have another feature called using a schedule to denote when a semester ends and therefore when different sets of grades should be averaged together. But I think, for me, I like having them separate anyway. So that's totally up to you. Gradebook categories. This is if you want to weight different kinds of assignments and assessments differently, like tests, quizzes, homework assignments. So I'm going to be using gradebook categories. Rounding. This is just how many decimal points you want shown with a particular score. Display subtotal as. So this is if it matters more if you're showing it to students. This will, you'll be entering in your notations, your grade notation set. So what constitutes an A+, A-, etc. This will show the student both you can show them if you are showing grades to a student, and again, you don't have to. If you have percent and grade, it will show them both their average, percentage, and as a grade. I do percent only because I don't want them necessarily connecting that to their final grade, particularly because I also have a little bit of class participation in there. So I just show percent only there. But again, personal choice. Due date, latest, last is if you want the order that the assignments show up in. If you have latest first, obviously the first column will be the most recent assignment. If you have due date, latest, last, the last column will be the most recent assignment. My grade notation set. So this is the thing that's a little bit tricky. If you've never used the gradebook before, you'll be prompted to create new, so we'll do that together. If you have a saved grade notation set in there, I have created a grade notation set in the past, so I've got this in here. So I'll be using this one again in the future. But just know that once you create this the first time, you won't have to do it again. And then special score notation set is a way to create special notations. Like if you want to be able to say a student's excused from an assignment and that should be factored into the average, you can create that here. So again, if you haven't made one, you're going to have to create a new one. So I'm going to go back to create new so we can walk through that together. I'm going to click save, and it's going to bring us to the category weighting. So again, I'm going to use category weighting, so I want those categories to be separate. And for now, I'm just going to say I'm going to have homework and projects. And say I want homework to be 60%. I'll get a little error if my percentages don't equal 100. So I'll change that to 40. This is just for instance. If you want more, like you need quizzes as well, again, you need to make sure these all equal 100%. And when you're satisfied with your categories, you can always go back and edit this later. We'll click next. And then it's going to bring you to the grade notation set. I'm going to end this video here and pick right up with part 2 in just a second, but just for length of time, and also because I highly imagine that I'm going to mess up my explanation of this a couple of times and have to start over.